Hey, what's up, everybody? Look, I want to get into something real quick that keeps coming up, and it's the breath work and the breathing. From the bottom of your belly. Look, the whole thing is with the breath, and this is so important, so important. You got to get the breath in and out through your nose as much as possible, okay? That's the first step. Get the breath in and out through your nose. Stop mouth breathing, okay? We make fun of people that are mouth breathers, and there's good reason for it. They're unhealthy. Their dental hygiene is bad. Everything about what's going on with their body is not good because they're not cleaning the breath as it's supposed to be done as it comes in through your lungs, through your nasal cavity. When you breathe through your nose, you're actually cleaning the breath as it comes in, okay? The breath passes through all of these little cavities and passageways that actually then collect and clean out some of the things that are in the air that need to not get into your lungs, right? The other thing that happens is that there's actually a release of a gas that is produced in your nose. That is I believe it's some sort of nitrogen oxide that's released in your nose that dilates your lungs. It actually makes your lungs more efficient and able to take in the oxygen that you're breathing. The other thing, and people get really into the whole oxygen, those deprivation masks, and so that they're like training at altitude, right? So it's restricting your breath, so you have to breathe harder to get more oxygen in. The whole thing is, the idea is you have an oxygen deprivation altitude training mask attached to your face as it is. It's called your nose. So, and I'm talking a lot. So as I talk and as I breathe out through my mouth, I'm losing carbon dioxide. All right? This is the trickiest thing to understand, that by breathing through the mouth, we actually lose too much carbon dioxide. If you're worried about the amount of oxygen that's inside your bloodstream, that's not really where the game is at. The game is where you are expelling too much CO2. You see, there's a chemical reaction that occurs at the level of your mitochondria. Like the mitochondria are the blood vessels that are carrying the oxygen to the cells where they need the oxygen for respiration and for metabolism. So we're breathing very well, whether it's through the nose or the mouth. We're getting plenty of oxygen in. There's not a problem getting in oxygen. It's when we breathe out through the mouth, we can breathe out so quickly and so rapidly, we can actually push out too much carbon dioxide. We can actually become carbon dioxide deficient and then be able to, then we don't have enough carbon dioxide in our bloodstream to actually metabolize the oxygen that's in there, okay? So that's the crazy thing, is that I'm trying to, breathe to take in oxygen, but I also need that oxygen to be used. So if I don't, that's why people that train at higher altitudes become more resistive. They become actually more resistive to carbon dioxide. There's less oxygen in the environment. So those guys training at altitude, when they come down to a lower altitude, all of a sudden their blood is equipped to pick up and drop off more oxygen. So they all of a sudden become more efficient. Whereas if you're at an altitude you always train at and you blow out all your carbon dioxide by mouth breathing, you basically have set yourself up at a deficit or a deficiency so that you're not even able to utilize the oxygen that you have in your body. So the whole idea is, by slowing down your breathing through your nose, you're not only cleaning the air that's coming in, you're also setting yourself at a regulatory pace that allows you to use the oxygen you're taking in and not put yourself in a position where you don't have the chips to play the game. Another way to look at it, or another way to think of it is, so imagine if you breathe in and you hold your breath. All that oxygen's being used up, it's being used, but now also building up carbon dioxide in the system because of the metabolism. And now I need to exhale and release some carbon dioxide. But if I release it slowly and then breathe in again, and I start slowing down my breathing more and more, I'm becoming more efficient because I'm not blowing out all this carbon dioxide, and actually I'm keeping the carbon dioxide in there and training my body to become resistive to the carbon dioxide. Now, I've already droned on for a minute and a half. I just wanted to let you know, this is the conversation that we're trying to have. We're trying to talk about breath, breathing, getting into a regulatory phase where things are cyclically happening, where we're matching our breath to the activity, and we're not getting so gassed out that we need to go to mouth breathing, okay? I'll catch you next time. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below, and if you'd like any more information on this, you can check out the Oxygen Advantage book. Don't remember the author offhand, sorry. I'll put that down here as well. Oxygen Advantage, the book, check it out. Hope you're well.